Coming up on Hold All Tickets, we crown the Self-trumpeter of the Year, Lamby, and we also have the Hold All Tickets Awards.
We do, yeah. We're giving out a few awards at the end of the season. We've got the Get in the Sea award, the Tom Melbourne. We've got the horse that spells on the float. There's some good ones in there.
My favourite could be the Nazaya Wanganeen Malira Award, especially after his efforts last weekend for St Kilda. It's raining in Sydney, so let's focus on the fun stuff. Hold All Ticket starts right now. Hello and welcome to Hold All Tickets, proudly brought to you by BoomBet. Great fixed odds, more value and more boom moments. Sign up today and get in on the boom. For the final time this racing season and possibly forever, I am your host, Alex Donnelly, joined as always by James Lamb. Lammy, we've hit the grand finale of the season.
We have indeed. We'll crown the Self-trumpeter of the year. Don't want to give too much away there. We'll also give out a few other awards at the end of the show. So replacing Yay or Nay this week with the Hold All Tickets Awards.
So as I said, it is the final show of the season. After today, we will be going on a couple of week hiatus. You know, we're gonna freshen up the show a little bit and go through a few changes that we're going on here in the back end of Punters. But what you need to do is follow Punters on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. And of course, on YouTube, follow us there as well. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. So anytime we do a video, it pops up on your feed. There are a bunch of you that are subscribed that don't have the notifications bell hit. So please do go and do that today for us as well. And of course, on podcast platforms, leave a 5-star rating and a review. There's a lot coming up over the spring. But Lammy, let's get into it. It's probably the best thing that we've got going here, the Self-trumpeter of the week. We're going to crown the winner, but I will preface this that I think I've found my favourite nomination of the season this week.
It's a good one. But before we get into the Self-trumpeters, you've had a big week on social media. Are you a bit happier now than you were at the start of the week? You know what I'm referring to?
Oh, a certain signature?
When you poo-pooed the St Kilda celebrations. When Messiah up on Ross Lyon's shoulders at the pub.
Yeah.
Everyone was loving it, loving the vision. You get in there and say they beat 14th, they're sitting 13th, or whatever you wrote. It was a heavy ratio. Were you tempted to delete that tweet, or
no?
Stand by your fruit?
Got to stand by it, because if I delete it, it looks like I'm going back on it and just copying the. It wasn't hate. It's like you just don't like fun, mate. Yeah. But it's more like when you think about
it, football Grinch over there.
Yeah, St Kilda have not had much to cheer about ever. They're probably going to lose Naz at the end of the year. So yeah.
Have you softened your stance on that?
I've softened it a little bit, but if they get beaten by North Melbourne this weekend, I'll come steaming in and be like, yeah, that's why you don't celebrate. But go and spank North this weekend. It's all good.
I did enjoy your tweet. Had around 10 likes. Yeah. And the first reply,
Blanco,
pulling you up, had 113.
Blanco is strong on Twitter. He's a much more popular man than me.
No, that was good. Yeah. Good to get out there and have firm opinions.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't agree with that one. One vote. Chris Camilleri posted on Tuesday. Fill up for followers with both tips getting the job done at Wellington in races 1 and 4. That's 5 winners in a row for subs. So the 2 winners paid $2.40 and $2.20. So he gets one vote for the use of fill up. That was probably a little bit strong, but just a 1 voter. So 5 winners on the bounce is good going, regardless of the odds. So just a 1 voter to kick us off. 1 vote also for Joel. It was a rather long post about bookies being soft when it comes to taking futures bets. I won't read out the whole thing. The trumpet was at the end. I took a $200 2-leg multi on 2 futures races. One firmed from 15 into 11 and the other 8 into 6. #finished. So punters do love a little bit of market moving trumpeting, don't they?
Is it Futures Punter or someone else who every time he has a bet, he really loves the market move?
Just gives a little pep in the step when you back one and it firms. So Joel's done 2 there. 2 votes. The Sultan, form analyst on racing.com. Lingani shat in at Morphettville on Saturday. Won by a lazy 7 lengths. Yep. So paid upwards of $3. Definitely trumpet worthy. And Salts gave his own bugle a good blow. One line in particular. Linguani, just a complete wet track fill-up in Adelaide. Do the homework, get rewarded.
Oh.
Swimmers swim. So do the homework, get rewarded.
It's a good one.
Salts did the homework and he's given himself an A+ for that bit of work there. Now, for the last votes of the season before we announce the winner, it won't change the result, but it's a strong trumpet to finish on.
Yep.
Ryan Daniels, footy journo over in the West, offered this on the podcast, Hard Ball Gets.
All right, Here's what I wrote in the preseason just to prove how right I was.
Oh, this is just a wank off, is it?
Fremantle have one here. When you watch this guy train or play, you see things that make you raise your eyebrows. The little deft touches to a teammate's advantage, the time and space he finds in congestion. Dare I say it, Mundy-like. He uses the ball exquisitely, seeing players you didn't know were there. He's young, needs some more preseasons. He's about 20% of the finished product, but this kid will not be overwhelmed. Bang on. That's in the preseason. That's just from watching training. That's how good of a judge I was on Murphy Reid.
It's the final little bit that does it for me that Rhino's quoted himself, but I do enjoy Xavier Ellis, also great owner of the Donnelly stable, going, yeah, this is a complete wank off, just be like, and knew that he was getting around himself. But
the final line, that's how good of a judge I was on Murphy.
That's Mayo for show entertainment for sure, but it's good stuff from Rhino. That is actually a very good footy podcast.
That's a 6 voter.
Yep.
30 seconds of strumming his own guitar pretty hard. So he gets 6 votes for that. I'm assuming first votes for the season for Rhino.
He moves into equal 12th.
Right at the death.
Yeah.
Almost got into the top 10.
He pipped me with one entry, 6 votes. I'm on 5.
Well, that leads us to the top 5. Let's get it from 5 down to 1.
Yep.
I don't think there'll be any huge surprises here for those that have been tuning in, but lead us off.
5th on 12 votes. One of our favourite people on this show, The Wiz, Wayne Ormond, 12 votes. Just missing out, by the way, was Damo Radcliffe and Rick McIntosh and Kane Corns, all on 11. 14 votes. Former employee here at Punters, now living his best life. I did hear from him this week. So he's alive over in Ireland. One Xavier Peagam, who got 10 votes in one hit to start off the season.
He hasn't died from Guinness poisoning?
He hasn't as of yet. He might have in the last 3 days, but I did hear from him, so good to hear from good old X-Man over there. 3rd, 15 votes. Racing Previews, a good season, a solid season from Racing Previews. Safe to say, if this rolls on into the spring, I would have them in the top of the market to win.
If we combined all their accounts into one, like all the guys that are on the show, I'd say they'd be short price favourites to win.
Yeah. Well, if we included Nick McWalter, and I think there was another one there as well, they probably would have finished 2nd.
Yeah.
2nd, the mainstay of this show, one of our favourite men in the world, the Hawk Andrew Hawkins, the world traveller, 25 votes.
Wouldn't quite go back to back.
No, really disappointed in his work in South Africa, to be honest. Really let himself down.
Maybe the phone coverage wasn't flash or something.
Oh, no, I saw a thing of him in a Barney costume there. Everyone saw that. And the winner. And he half celebrated last week, gave himself a salute because I think he knew he was home. Our old mate from SEN Track, Miles Fitzner, on 28 votes. He had a phenomenal season.
We'll have to cue the trumpet music.
Cue the trumpet, bit of everything going on in the background. But good season from Miles, and we will play what is one of our favourite clips of the year from him.
Yeah, it's just a short clip. So this is a tame trumpet by his lofty standards, but it's the shortest clip I could dig up because a lot of them he polled hefty votes, like 6 and 8 votes. So the clips went for a long time. So we're not playing that one infamous trumpeting rampage where he kept receipts and teed off on everyone.
He's had 2 big rampages in back-to-back seasons.
I think it would take about 5 minutes to go through all that. So here's just a little example of Miles' trumpeting antics. Miles Fitzner. Now, you might think I'm picking on Miles, but I have to play every ball on its merits, and I can't ignore his bugle blowing just because of its frequency.
Yep.
So he gets 2 votes for this. On Friday evening, Miles posted a photo of him and presumably his better half at the races with the caption, "Haters hate, winners, well, they just win." And Miles's bonce was actually taking up prime real estate in the selfie with his partner just off to the side a little bit. So he gets 2 votes for that. So it's a good end. It's a good way to finish the show with haters hate, winners, well, they just win.
Because he has one. And congratulations, he did get engaged to the better half in the last few months. So he has kept on winning throughout the season. So good stuff to Miles. He takes it in all good fun, which is what this segment really is. Like, you even got a vote this season, Lamby.
I think I was supposed to give myself a few more too. Adam pulled me up one week, but I'm never going to match it with the big dogs like Miles and Hawk.
Yeah, and shout out to our fearless leader, Adam Brode, who polled and then mysteriously went missing as soon as we changed offices. He rarely stopped coming over to the racing decks to pump himself up. But that is the Self-Trumpeters of the year, all done and dusted. Fun times, good times.
Send Miles a little little mini trumpet or something.
Yeah.
A little trophy.
Definitely do that, of course. Before we need to get into the recap of last week, I need to tell you that Thoroughbred Sales is the #1 online horse platform for owners looking to buy a racehorse with over 130 trainers and syndicators to choose from. Horses will be eligible to run in their new $4 million race series with over 400 races having a bonus. Check out Thoroughbred Sales today. All right, let's get into the recap of last week. I was playing at headquarters at Randwick in Sydney. My best bet, a race one at number 7, Nazwa, was off the map, and then Tom Sherry decided to go about 10 lengths above average on a wet track. Me and Tom were on a break.
Yeah, you weren't the only one. It was declared far and wide, but it was disappointing that it couldn't hold on to a place, so we could at least got some bonus bets back or something.
Bit flattening, taking $2.60 in the week, starts at $1.70. Next best was She's Unusual. She was horrible. That's what she was. Throw that in the bin, but we waited till the final event of the day. Jay Collett in the wet. Race 10, number 5, Travolta at $12. God bless him.
Right down the outside. The A-Grant. Geez, he rides wet tracks well.
He picked up a treble at Warwick Farm
on
yesterday.
Wednesday, yeah.
I mean, I did say from barrier 2, he'll probably come up the inside. Got my fences wrong.
Doesn't matter.
When they win, it helps.
No, very good.
We'll get to your set. You had a decent little day there. Your best bet at Caulfield, Pop Award. We said it was an unlikely duo there, and you got some good odds for it.
Yeah, $4.20 held up in the end. Put into a lovely spot in the run, peeled out in the straight and was good enough to get the job done 4 in a row for that horse. So, no, that was a nice result.
And your next best, Salsafella, was scratch, so tick.
Float accident.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not ideal.
No, I think the horse is okay.
Yep.
But obviously not in a fit state to race last Saturday. So.
I was out looking at wedding venues, so I completely missed that. Geez, they're expensive.
Yes, they are.
I need to back a few more winners.
You'll have to back a few more horses that aren't Nazwa, I think.
Yeah, and nothing ridden by Tom Sherry for the next couple of weeks. Love your work, Tom, but we're just on a little bit of a separation, especially after, what was that? The thing that won the Group 1 for Snowden. The Mare that I just could not catch. The thing that won the Tats Tiara that I gave up on in February.
Oh, Tashi.
Yeah. I was going to say Tarzan for some reason.
Yep.
But your best value. Race 4, number 14, Verona Rupees. We got to collect.
Second, led into the straight. Run down by a horse that was my best value at Flemington earlier this month. Stylish Secret. So it stung a little bit that I didn't play exotics there.
Would have paid a fair bit.
But no, still a collect for those who went 1 by 3.
And with that, we need to get to this weekend's offer brought to you by BoomBet. We haven't heard from BoomBet as of yet as to what their Boom Odds offer is, so make sure you do check your account to what it is. I'm assuming it's going to be in the Ori Star this weekend. There's probably every chance it'll be either King of Rousseau or Splashback. It'll be one of those two.
Yeah, maybe Splashback. I think it was $2.60 or so.
$2.55 currently. Yep. So you might get about a $5 odds there. But of course, make sure you do check out BoomBet for the Boom Odds market this weekend. T's and C's apply. Great fixed odds, more value, more boom moments. Sign up today and get in on the boom. Lamby, we are at headquarters this weekend with your best bet. We are playing, what is that? Play that same song again? Here we go.
Lose some, win more. Tipped a couple of weeks ago, and I'm sticking fat. So race 4, number 2. Narrow win, but a good win over 1,000 last start. Took a while to hit top gear, but understandable given he had 61 kilos on his back. Savaged the line, and obviously the extra 100 I think looks suitable. Yep. He's raced well over this distance in the past. He's pretty deep into his prep. Up in class slightly, only goes down half a kilo, but you go through the field, a lot of these are racing below their best or their first up. This horse fit, loves the straight, and gets Mark Zara, so I think he wins again.
He's got to pay off one of those private boxes in one of those party joints at Ibiza.
Mark Zara?
Yeah. He'd have to pay something off.
He's back a bit early, isn't he?
Yeah, no, it's not August, technically not August. It's still winter. What are you doing, Mark? Probably needs a couple of rides just to get the eye in and just get the cash flow going a bit more as well. Have you seen some of the prices for those marquees in Ibiza?
I'm a bit old for that.
Yeah, no, I had some friends that are over there. Like, they just sent me a photo of the menu. It's like 50 grand for something, 100 grand for another thing. It's like, it's another world.
My cousins have just gone over there, but I don't think they'll be hitting.
They might be in the mosh pit.
They might be, in the
15 euros for a bottle of water over there.
Yeah,
that's outrageous. Anyway, your next best, a horse that will more than likely be on the float from Sydney, given Sydney, Noah's building an arc at the moment.
Yeah, I think they're keen to avoid the wet tracks. Race 7, number 10, King of Rousseau. Is it Rousseau or Rousseau?
I think it's Rousseau.
Rousseau. Was in danger of becoming a genuine nonny when the strike rate was sitting at 1 from 17, but Won his last couple in impressive fashion. The penny does seem to have dropped with him. It does look really good placement here because he's been down the straight before and ran well. He was third to Growing Empire at listed level when Growing Empire was airborne. Gets in with 54, wide draw, looks suitable, rails out a long way.
Yeah.
You'd think they'll go middle or grandstand side. I'm wary of Splashback, who obviously has huge upside, but tackling the straight for the first time and is coming back in distance. So at double the price, I'm going with the King.
Okay.
Jumping off Marble Arch, which has been a really good horse to me this prep.
Yeah.
But it's 60 kilos. Yeah. It's probably, it's giving King of Russo 6 kilos.
I don't mind it. Your best value comes up in another one down the straight, and you're hoping it comes down the outside fence, giving you a high five on the way through.
I am indeed, yeah. I think all 3 bets are down the straight. Yep. Race 3, number 1, Bizzo. Always had a bit of time for this mare. She didn't have a heap of success last preparation, but raced in predominantly Group 3 company. The only time she didn't, bolted in first up at Bendigo over this distance and ran a close third in a $175,000 race at Ballarat.
Yep.
Here she is in a benchmark 74 with a 2 kilo claim. So she's pretty well weighted, well drawn, barrier 17, as you mentioned. And high five down the stand side would be nice at double figure odds.
Yeah, would be a nice way to finish off there.
Jump Out was on a heavy track.
Yep.
And I don't think she loved the heavy, but she did enough.
Sun's out here at the moment. Flemington drains better than anything. So
yep. It'll be soft on Saturday. Yep.
We'll get across to Rose Hill where I'm playing this weekend. I'm honest, they're not going to run. I'm just saying it right now. I'll be shocked if they run this meeting. It is a meeting with no black type races on. It's at Rose Hill. It's the start of the season. The jockeys will get there, have a look. The first race is a highway. Every chance it's just Friday night, it's off. That's my early prediction. Like they're expecting 80 to 90 mils over the next 3 days.
Are you just going to run through these, or are you just going to bin it?
We'll run through them just in case they do run, and I've got to
I know one of them loves the wet.
Yes.
Loves the slot.
Yeah. So best bet comes up in race number 4, the Congratulations J-Mac handicap. I'm going with the J-Mac horse, and I'm a sucker for punishment, so I'm tipping Tuileries again. There's been 4 scratchings since I did the form last night. Make that 5 now. It was $2.25 yesterday afternoon into $1.66. Look, we talked about it last week where Tom decided to go back to last. It cost him a couple of lengths, and she rattled home in one of the quickest last 600-metre sectionals of the day there on a wet track. Arguably, if she sits 3 wide without cover, she wins that race. J-Mac on, it's a massive upgrade. I know she's drawn barrier 7, but she'll sit a little bit closer in the run. If she handles the wet, she'll win. But again, I don't know if they're going to run the meeting. The next best comes up in race number 6, and this is a horse who will be wanting to run.
Yes, that is the horse I was referring to.
This week, race 6, number 1, Wow. Braith Knock takes a couple of kilos off for the Mighty Mix. He should have won last start. It was a torturous watch for those who took, I think it was about 15 to 1 that day. So if you took the big odds, you're getting over it a little bit there. But look, he drops back in grade from that race behind Estadio, Maestrello and Robusto. That form's held up quite well since. Robusto has since gone on to win another race. Absolutely loves the swap, as we said. First, when he was having his first start for the mix, I was on a wet track at Caulfield. He got over the top of them over 1,400.
It was my Bucks day.
Yeah, was it?
He was part of the quaddie that day.
He got over the top of the Arkansas Kid.
Yep,
I think
third leg of the quaddie.
Yeah, well, he comes into this. I know he ran at Scone and at Randwick, but I more look at this sort of as one of his third up runs. You look at his third up record. He's got a fantastic record. 5 starts, a win, couple of placings as well. 1 from 1 on the heavy track, 2 wins and a couple of placings on soft going. So he just absolutely swims through it. With a bit of luck, he'll be going quite close here. And look, there is only 7 runners. So when we had the 8 and he was $8 and $3 the place, I was like, pretty keen to bet, but we'll just back him straight out and hope for the best.
Yep.
Best value comes up in the following event, 2,000 metre race. And I note race net's Mitch Cohen, very keen on Kirkby. He's 150 to 1 in this race.
Jeez.
Just an absolute mudlark. He laid out a case for it for me this morning when we were chatting away. But mine's Captain Maverick for Tommy and Chris Waller here. Another horse who goes quite well in soft going. He's had 6 goes on wet going for 4 places. Yet to win one, but still has a good enough form there. Thought he was okay enough last start at Canterbury behind Sly Boots. Now, I know Juju Kibbo could be absolutely anything. It won like a dead set rocket at Sandown last start.
Yeah, it's in Melbourne too, but it's drawn the car park.
As is Federer. So I'm not sure. We could get absolutely smacked around with deductions if the $6 chance and $2.30 chance come out. But about $10, Captain Maverick from an inside gate. He handles the wet conditions quite well at his home track. 2 starts at Rose Hill for a placing, but look, at about $10, I was happy to have a throw up the stumps with him.
Yep. Like it.
Once again, I don't think they'll be running this weekend. But Lamby, let's get to an important part of the show this week. We usually go to the yays or nays here, but it's the final show of the season, and it is our final show together before we do have the change up. So we're going to do the Hold All Tickets Awards for the past racing season.
Yes.
So
How many we got? We got 6 to hand out here.
Yeah, and we got a few ones, and I've got some ones that I'll mention as well on the way through. But the first award is the Costano Mille Award, a prize for
Costano Mille, come on, mate.
Mille.
Price Stanaway.
Mate, this is before my Victorian times. This award recognises a horse who keeps fronting up without much success, to put it politely. It's named after a horse who used to run for Bryce, who went winless across a 123 start career.
Yes, so we've got a tie.
Wow.
Titan Star and Game Theory both had 32 starts each for the season,
That's insane.
but no wins. A few minor placings. Titan Star, trained by Mike Van Gestel, he's won 10 races overall
Yeah.
and over 370k in prize money, but he just couldn't crack it for a win this season. Funnily enough, his first run for the season on August 1 last year, he was beating a nostril hair.
Oh.
He could not get a tighter margin.
Yeah.
The other one, Game Theory, trained and owned by Les Robertson at Bendigo, raced at 13 different tracks this season. So
That's a lot of Ks.
plenty of time on the road for Robbo for not much joy.
Yeah.
So there are our 2 winners there.
The Tom Melbourne Award, which is a great award. The prize for coming second, of course, it's named after our old favourite Tom, who just did not like sticking his nose out until Blake Shin got on him in the Carrington.
Yep, always the bridesmaid, rarely the bride. Tom, this horse, Boom Crusher. 13 starts, 0 wins, 7 seconds
That's
and a
insane.
third.
How much cash?
I haven't got that in front of me, but it was going around in North Queensland,
Okay.
so I don't
Yeah.
think it
Okay.
would have been banking too much money. But yeah, another one who's owned and trained by the same person, Kerrod Smith or Smythe. 8 seconds overall, his whole career, and still a maiden after 21 starts.
As my old man says, he doesn't mind if a horse runs second a couple of times before it wins its mains. Like in regional New South Wales, you're still banking $6,000.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but up there, I suppose it's a bit different. But
He'll get there one day, but he's not exactly going around at big odds either. He's pretty tight in the market most times. He fronts up in those Rockhampton maidens.
The Get in the Sea Award for racing's biggest money muncher. Of course, it goes to a galloper who was most consistent in letting punters down throughout the season. I'll be honest, the winner is not who I had in mind. The honourable mention is the one I was just ready to charge in on.
Yeah, well, the honourable mention is a horse that'll be more familiar with
So that's
punters.
why I was more thinking familiarity as well.
But when I was going through the SPs, I had to give it to this horse, Bestower, trained by Chris Lees. 12 runs for the season,
Yeah.
6 seconds and 2/3, beaten at single figure odds in 9 of her 12 starts, rolled it under $4 on 8 occasions. Last 5 outings are particularly grim, beaten at 460, 280, 225, 320 and 390.
Yeah.
But the honourable mention is Paray.
The Flea.
9 starts, only 3 minor placings,
Yep.
which was a little bit surprising, but started single figure odds in 8 of his 9 starts for the season. Now with Tony Gollan this season, he actually goes around this weekend.
He'll win.
Yeah. I mean, it's a weaker jurisdiction.
So it's his first start since leaving the Blue Jackets.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But now in the Australian Bloodstock Silks for Tony
Okay.
Gollan up there. So
Yeah.
we'll see if he can shake the money muncher tag in Queensland.
God, if he wins, seriously. Well, it's got Angela Jones on in a Class 6 plate.
Yeah.
He's rated 95. He carries 57 kilos. The top rater is a horse that's got 60 kilos, Taltani Fields. It's rated 85, so he is thrown in, is the Flea. With
We got odds there?
I'll get them up in a second as we continue on here to what is our next award as my thing goes. The Flow Meter Award, the horse that spells on the float, aka a horse who just keeps on going and going around this season. So a bit different to the prize for participation. You need to be moderately successful for this.
Yes.
I wanted to throw up Jimmy because he had 12 starts this season.
12 doesn't cut the mustard.
I know, but it feels like he had about 8 in the last 3 months.
He's a winter warrior, Jimmy, but this horse, he's an all-season warrior. Francis Boy, 29 starts, 3 wins, 5 minors. Some nice synergy here too. He's trained by John Hickmott,
Yep.
who also trained Flow Meter.
Okay.
So he doesn't mind running them. They are race horses after all. He won yesterday, and it was his 20th career win, which is what Flow Meter finished his career on. 20 wins from 200 starts. So a deserved winner. Honourable mention to Vainstream.
Yep.
Fronted up 28 times, banked a few checks. He's going through his form. He was 5th in the 2020 Group 1 Oakley Plate,
Yeah, I
won
remember
by
Vainstream.
Pippy. Now he's going around in BM 58s and 52s.
What was that horse? Cesar. Remember, it used to be Stephen O'Day, Matt Hoisted.
Yep.
Got bought by a stud, sold back, and it's running around at like Balaclava now. He might have been retired out, but I remember him popping up.
Yeah, but Francis Boy, and he goes into his final racing season before he's forced into
You almost
retirement.
want to retire him after yesterday.
20 wins from 150 starts.
Just the synergy of it. It's like Jamie Vardy, who retired in the EPL last season, scored his 500th goal for Leicester with 2 games ago. He's like, done. Because he got his 500th.
I don't think they'll be retiring
No.
based on John
No.
Hickmott's history.
And Pare, 360 to 230.
There you go. 360 to 230.
Yeah, he's already 230.
Well,
360 would have been a decent.
it will be
bet
funny
there.
if he looms and doesn't get the job done again.
The Deep Field Award, the award for the horse who didn't live up to its expectations, aka they promised the world at the start of the season and delivered an Atlas.
So this is Deep Field as a racehorse, not a sire, because he is having some success there.
Yeah.
But the winner, Storm Boy.
Yeah, a fair few horses from Coolmore we could
I
have
know,
known.
yeah, they feature
There was
prominently.
3 of the 4 noms were Coolmore for us.
Thrashed them in the San Domenico at his first run for the season, and punters went, look out, he might be back here. Was then turned over second up at $1.90, unplaced in the Golden Rose, 8th in the Everest before being shipped off to Europe. 2 runs for Aidan O'Brien were downright offensive. They were putrid.
And he was off the map in his. I was overseas at the time. Found myself a betting shop in Athens to go and watch Storm Boy. So it was like the vibes were very good. I was like, I'll go watch this. It was around the corner. I walked out at the 600.
Yeah, so it has to be Storm Boy. Although he did have some stiff competition. You threw up Woden.
Yep.
Which he blitzed him on debut. Hot favourite for the slipper after that.
Yeah.
Beaten in 4 runs after that at 220, 207 and 350. I think finishing second in the slipper.
Yeah.
And it was a very good run. It probably saves him.
We also mentioned Switzerland, despite winning the Roman Consul and the Coolmore. That's more.
That Coolmore win was
ridiculous.
Electric, but awful autumn.
Yeah.
3 unplaced efforts. And you'd almost put Growing Empire in the same boat.
Yeah.
Good autumn.
Terrible.
Awful.
Yeah.
Coming back. Oh, sorry. Good spring. Awful in the autumn.
I have a controversial one I wanted to throw up. Faulkner Park.
Yeah, it is controversial.
This time last year is the favourite for the Caulfield Cup. He had 1 run in Melbourne. He got beaten 8 lengths. He started $6. He had 1 win, and that was in the Rosehill Gold Cup. He beat Wycliffe and Hinged by 0.2 of a length. And then, yes, he was running in the deep end, but to top it all off, he got beaten by Kovalika in his last run of the season at Oldon.
Yeah, no, you make a good case.
If you own him, you've made a fortune.
He's
but you've missed out a lot.
He's also run placings behind Via Sistina and Antino.
Yeah. But you thought he would have gone up to the Gold Coast and just Queensland and just cleaned up.
He should have won that last race.
Yeah, so I'm being a bit stiff, but just from what I expected of the Caulfield Cup favourite this time last year, bit of a letdown.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, the criteria is not living up to expectations, and he probably didn't do it.
Because when he won that Q22, I was like, well, he'll win the Caulfield Cup.
Yeah.
Still getting that Wagga Cup win was insane. Anyway, that's the Hold All Tickets Award. We got one more, sorry.
A positive one.
This is a good one. I love this award. So this is what we have named the Nazaya Wanganeen Malia Award, the horse that went from promising to superstar. So this is based on what they have done this season alone. This is who you want out of this season, not who you want going forward. So Autumn Glow, you've missed out.
Yep. This one was the easiest one of the lot.
I can't believe this is the one you went for. I thought you would. I thought there was another one you would have gone for.
Lady Shenandoah.
Yep.
Had 2 starts last season, beaten by Clean Energy on both occasions, showed a bit of promise.
Clean Energy forms stacked up.
Has come back this season and gone 5 from 5, including 3 Group 1s.
Yep.
So how could it not be Lady Shenandoah?
I thought you would have gone Treasure of the Moment. 3 Group 1s as well.
Yeah, but geez, flawless, 5 out of 5.
Yeah, and
was beaten, was still a maiden going into this season.
And beat the older horses in a Group 1.
Yeah, no, it's got to be Lady Shenandoah.
I thought they were the easiest top 2, and then your third.
Honourable mention, Treasure of the Moment.
Yeah, and then honourable mention probably for what? Aliana, and then, I mean, Antino did turn into one last season as well. Turak, Doomben Cup, Hollandale. Yeah.
No, there's some exciting horses coming into this season, but I think it has to be.
Yeah, I agree. Lady Shenandoah is your winner of the Naz Award. Hopefully, Lady Shenandoah, well, just like Naz, sticks in the same stable as him, because I think Security fans, oh boy, if they lose Naz, like they've got nothing to live for.
I don't think she's going to another stable.
No, but Nazia might be going to another one, which will be unfortunate for them. But Lammy, that is us done and dusted for this season on Hold All Tickets. Of course, thank you to our sponsors, BoomBet. Great fixed odds, more value and more boom moments. Sign up today and get in on the boom. I've been aged out of punters. I am shifting across to RaceNet videos as of today.
I'm not sure how you've been aged out and I'm still here. Yeah. But anyway.
I think it's the greys, mate. I've got the greys on the side. You're still rocking the good colour. I'll be across on RaceNet. We will be doing a weekend preview show there, which goes a bit more serious on the punt there as well, with journos from RaceNet, Daily Telegraph, Herald Sun will be doing all of that. I will pop in for some World Pool stuff throughout the season, of course, though.
Yep. No, there's still a few things to figure out for the Hold All Tickets next season, but we've got a couple of weeks to nut it out.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of planning going on behind the scenes and a lot of
Cross
stuff
the
coming.
T's and dot the I's.
Yeah, a lot of stuff coming up over spring as well. Good friend Katie Mallon, she'll be popping back in throughout the spring as well. But do make sure you do follow Punters across social media, Facebook, Instagram and X. The Simpsons, GIFs and memes will still always be there because Sheo has control of the account. So they will forever be there until Sheo leaves us, which will hopefully be never because we love him. Of course, on YouTube, do make sure you do subscribe, hit the notifications bell so anytime we do a video, it pops up on your feed. And of course, go across to the socials, the podcast platforms. Follow Hold All Tickets there because there's a few more things coming up throughout the season. Of course, thank you to Brody, Gerald, and even we can't forget Homie. He was here at the start of the season. So shout out to everyone behind the scenes for all the work that they've done this spring. Of course, as I said, at BoomBet. But Lammy, thank you for the season, mate.
Thank you, and good luck at RaceNet, old man.
It's all right. I'll be fine. Positive, I don't have to tip anymore. I've got a host. It's a great thing.
Nice.
I've palmed off the tipping, so I'll just be hosting. But of course, make sure
Tommy Sherry finally broke you. You're done.
Yeah, it took Tommy Sherry and Tuileries and Nazwa to break me. But enjoy the upcoming season, punters. Good luck on the punt if you're having a bet this weekend. And we'll catch you in a couple of weeks on Hold All Tickets.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.